I'm actually reading total side tangent. I'm reading a webtoon now called Marionetta by one of my favorite webtoon artists, and it's also in a circus, and it's like mystical and magical, and it's wonderful. If you like circus vibes, I highly recommend it. Not gonna lie, it's more like Ace Attorney. Oh! Morgan's Traveling Circus is coming to Telgi! Whoa! Oh my god, I love the aesthetic. Wait, there's TV? Is this like Knives Out? Jacqueline, but you can call me Jackie? And what's the other guy's name? John? I totally got it wrong, right? Okay, alright, this is it. I have to make it work. Come in. Oh my god, his name is Moses. Mr. Morgan? An older gentleman sits behind the desk. He's so engrossed in his documents that he didn't even look up when I came in. Mr. Jones, I've been expecting. He stops mid-sentence after glancing up from the desk. Welcome to the circus, Nat. I'm gonna call it Morgan Freeman. Oh my god. I'm the man that can get you things. Apologies, I wasn't expecting other visitors. Moses Morgan. Who are we gonna meet next? Peter Parker? What's another one? Bruce Banner? Give me another one, give me another one. What's the Flash guy? What's not Flash? What's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember. No, not I'm like, you know, no, not Hi Herc. What's the one? What's the superhero movie with Zachary Levi? It seems like you have me at a disadvantage, Miss Jacqueline, but you can just call me Jackie. Alright, Miss Jackie, is there anything I can do for you? Oh. This is like Ace Attorney. Okay. Sometimes conversations can feel like a battle and you need all the weapons in your arsenal. A good conversationalist can wield every skill and weapon in their collection to accomplish any task. Ask questions, give answers, present evidence, spread gossip. This is your collection. Everything you need for a conversation can be found here, separated into 3 categories. Shazam! Sorry. It just came to me. Shazam. I'm talking about Shazam. I'm talking about Shazam. What's his name? Barry something. Not Barry. Like, he has a B name. Ben. Never mind. This is your collection. Everything you need for a conversation can be found here, separated into 3 categories: information, items, and people. You can click these tabs on the top or press LB. Okay, I'm not Blink controller. Yeah. From there, choose an item, click the check mark to present that topic, and advance the conversation. Billy Batson! Yeah! Thank you, Neon. Finally, I can rest in peace. Later, you'll be able to present everything in your collection to anyone you want, but for now, focus on answering the other party's questions and keeping the conversation flowing. About Jackie. I, Jackie, am a magician, a new one, freshly returned from my apprenticeship in Europe. I can say things like water. I'm here to audition, of course. You're here to audition. I'm a magician and he doesn't let me finish that sentence. You said your name was Jackie? Never heard of a magician with that name. You know every magician in the country? More or less. We don't get a lot of female magicians. I'd have heard about you by now. And that mask on your face is practically asking for gossip. Small circle, huh? I get it. The Europeans are the same way. Them with their water and... My brain's not working today. So you're European, but your accent is American. Yes. Okay. I don't need the British accent. I can't do British accent. I was born and raised in the States, but I went to France with my mentor to study magic. That was what, 5-6 years ago? Oh, Cheesy, welcome in. Oh god, I was just a stupid girl who wanted to learn magic. I mean, I'm still a stupid girl, but at least I know how to do magic. Anyway, where was I? Yes, it was right after the war ended. The economy wasn't great, as you can imagine. I stuck with it until I completed my apprenticeship, but then the circus shut down too. My family missed me and wanted me home, so here I am. I promise you, I'm an Offie with everything magic. I'm a professional. Right, I'm sure that's true, but here's the thing. Miss Jackie, I hate to break it to you, but there is no magician job. We are not hiring. Are you sure? Because the letter. Jay, something's going on in the circus. I need you to watch out. If something happens to me in Telgi, please go take my place. I can't say more right now, but please, the show has to go on. Why do I have a gun? Okay. Someone certainly thought you needed me. I received this letter a few days ago. I came as soon as I could. Oh, am I the detective? Oh, I already read this. I was like so ahead of it. Imagine you point the gun at him. Give me the job now. I need the money. Like 9 a.m. What is AP? Oh, like AM, PM? Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He pores over the letter, brows furrowed. A letter from Hattie? The amazing Hattie was the star magician of Morgan's traveling circus until she disappeared on September 15, 1952. That is, this Monday. What's she talking about? Something going on in the circus? So... nothing's going on in my circus. If anything was happening, I'd sure know about it, don't you think? He looks shaken for a moment, but quickly collects himself. I don't understand. Is that why she asked you to be here? To be her understudy of sorts? Well, that's one possible explanation. Or maybe she thought I could help her figure something out. This might have something to do with a particular skill of mine. Deduction! Pull out the handgun. Gun firepower. A particular skill of mine. I'm a woman with a particular set of skills. Oh, I can read minds, literally. I can cast detect thoughts. My signature trick is a telepathy act. People often ask if it's real or fake. Well, if I can give the right answers, does it matter if they come from my mystical powers or just good old human trickery? She contacted me because I have a particular set of skills! Oh my god. Guys, I should just write for video games. I don't know. Well, one skill, they can help me figure out what happened. Mind reading or mind reading? How did he read my mind? If you're good enough, there isn't a difference. So what, you close your eyes and say a spell, then you can tell me where Hattie is? I'm a mind reader, not a psychic. I can only tell you where she is if you know where she is. Do you? Try it. You want me to try it on you? You have my permission. Okay, here goes nothing. Well, I'm trying, but your energy is resisting me. Right. I think I'm gonna need a stronger connection. Can you give me your hands? He silently lays both of his arms on the table. I grab his wrists. His eyes are calm, his pulse steady. Now say abracadabra. Seriously, you'll need to come up with something better than that. See your energy resisting. Can't believe I'm going along with this. Fine. Abracadabra. Alright. Now I'm just going to ask you a very simple question. You don't have to say the answer because I'll hear your thoughts. Sound good? Go ahead. Are you sure? I can't control my powers, so if there's anything you don't want me to know... Well, actually now that I said it, you'll be thinking really hard about them. I've stared down the barrel of a rifle in the jaws of a tiger. I can handle a little magic act. Alright, if you're sure. Here he comes. Your magician, Hattie. How did she die? His hands in my palms jerked slightly. Guess he caught himself before he pulled back altogether. But it's too late. In his initial surprise, his eyes flicked to my chest. Something through the heart. A bullet? The corner of his mouth twitches. No, not a bullet. A knife. His face turned serious. How? Through mind reading, of course. That's the... Basically what she just did is like the plot of Criminal Minds. It's the entire plot of Criminal Minds. Don't give me that. I mean, mysterious disappearance, come on. Are you trying to say this is just a wild guess? But what about the knife? Well, a magician never reveals her tricks. Wait a minute, let me just get this straight. So you're a magician, and apparently Hattie suspected something was off in my circus and asked you to come here if something happened to her. And then she disappeared. So you came here and somehow figured out that she was killed. Told you, mind reading. Somehow I'm still not convinced about that. When did you find out Hattie was dead? Monday night. When did you receive her letter? A few days ago, Wednesday I think. Came as soon as I got it. He takes a deep breath. This means... she knew she was going to die. Or at least that she was in danger. As hard as it is to believe, you're right. But how is that even possible? Why didn't she do anything? His lips quiver. I can see the doubt and the disbelief on his usually impassive face. I feel bad for him, but can I truly rule out that he's the culprit? I clear my throat, and as if that woke him up from a dream, he sits upright, his face returning to its normal stoic nature. So, the show is coming up, and I think there's a reason Hattie called me to take her place. We have a great opportunity here. I'm afraid I don't quite understand. I'm sure you are a great magician, but at this point I'm afraid no replacement can meet the audience's expectations. Well, good thing I'm not here to replace her then. I'm here to become her. Huh? Let's talk about the plan. What plan? How many people know about the truth of Hattie's disappearance? For now, only my crew and the police. Does everyone in the circus know? None the general staff, but all the performers certainly know. Given that they work together on a daily basis, it's kind of hard to keep it from them. How many people is that exactly? We have 6 performers now. There's also a mechanic who works closely with them, so 7. 6 performers, 1 mechanic, and you, so 8 people in total. That's correct. Alright, good. This is going to work. Would you please just get to the point? Well, let's just say, hypothetically, what if Hattie wasn't dead after all? I can pinpoint the exact moment his face switches from confusion to understanding. You are going to be Hattie. Let's say the reason for her disappearance is that her face got injured in the practice incident, and now she has to wear a mask to cover up the wounds. You had this all planned out from the beginning, didn't you? Oh my god, this is like Knives Out. Well, I am a magician. Not going to lie, having Hattie come back at least until we get the big shows out of the way would certainly solve a lot of my problems right now. But I cannot in good conscience agree to this plan of yours. What? Sorry, what? Why? Come on, don't tell me you're sticking to some bullcrap about not lying to the audience or something. In case you haven't noticed, deception is kind of the nature of our trade. No, well, that's not ideal, but I don't think it's breaking any non-existence code of ethics or anything. Then why in the world would you say no? Do you enjoy being grilled by the press and customers every damn day? He crosses his arms. I don't know if this has occurred to you, Miss Jackie, but the killer is still out there. This crazy plan of yours will surely draw their attention and therefore put you in mortal danger. You're worried about me? Aw, that's real sweet, but I can take care of myself. Look at my gun! No. You don't understand. I will not have another death happen in my circus. Trust me, nothing's going to happen. How can you be so sure? Think about it. Whoever killed her was definitely counting on her to get out of the way for something, so my appearance is going to put a wrench in their plan. If it were you, what would you do? I have no idea. Exactly. You'd panic, scramble to come up with something new, right? That's when you make mistakes. A magician should never do a trick when you think someone's seen through it. So you want to what? Talk to everyone, see what their reaction is? How's this going to help? Mind reader here, remember? I'm not some detective with a magnifying glass concerned about footprints or crime scenes. I deal with matters of the heart. Whoever did this must have a reason. But why? What was their relationship with Hattie? Did they feel guilty, proud, relieved? All problems can be solved with gun, I agree. One may keep the evidence of their crime hidden, but their heart will always remember what their mind has tried to forget. So if I ask them about Hattie, feelings will emerge and I think some interesting things might come up. Okay. So I need to talk to her about Hattie, see what their relationship is. Are you absolutely sure about this? I'm fully aware of the risks. Besides, who am I to throw away someone's dying wish? The show must go on. Plus, if, or more realistically, when, the killer decides to come out, I have plenty of tricks up my sleeve to deal with them. Wait, really? Can I present the gun? Or should I say, my dress? Oh shit. Literally. Whoa, what are you? He jerks his head around to avoid looking. No, look.
Huh?
I tap on the metal of the gun in my leg holster. Oh. Yep. What do you say? Very well. But I'm pulling you out at the first sign of trouble. Awesome. The plan is a go. Now, let's talk logistics. Alright, first things first, this thing we're doing. I'll have to explain it to the rest of the crew. They know about Hattie, so it'll be crazy if they see her showing up out of the blue. Of course, but you might want to leave out a few details. Yeah, I'll just tell them it's my idea to get someone to play her until the shows are finished. Okay. Second, I think you might pass as her from afar, but you are going to need everything on your side for everyone to believe it, especially with all the scrutiny you're going to be under. It will help if you're in something familiar. You'll need to change into her costume. I was going to ask you about that. You need to go find Alice, our mechanic. Oh, the one you said works closely with the performers? The one that knows about... Yes, Alice is in charge of our stage, props, and costumes. She also helps with pretty much everything that has to do with show arrangements. She's the only one besides the performers who knows what happened to Hattie. I'm sorry, but I currently leave the office. I'm expecting someone important. I'll write you a note. She'll understand when she sees it. And here's a map. This time of day, Alice is definitely backstage, at the little tent right behind the big top. Just introduce yourself and she'll help you with the costume and she'll tell you everything you need to know for your performance tonight. I can do that. Okay. Now, last thing, it is absolutely imperative that you don't go wandering around the public areas before you're formally introduced to the audience. Got it. Can't spoil the surprise, right? We are walking a tightrope here. We can't let anyone spot you in an uncontrolled environment. Of course. Is that all? Yes. Get into costume, don't let the public spot you, and remember that the performers know about the rules. If you can manage to do all of that, maybe we'll pull off this crazy plan of yours. Did you cut your bangs again? Yeah, like 2 days ago. I didn't cut it again after that though. It's just, I don't know, it looks shorter because it's like I washed my hair, I guess. You're a great magician in your own way. I'll take that as a compliment. Rightly so. Alright, unless you have anything else to ask me, you need to be on your way. Oh, thank you. How have you been, Sen? Is this me? Oh my god, these transition screens and everything is so cool. Wait. So if I'm not even playing as Hattie, then like, who is this detective guy? Ugh. My head hurts. Where am I? I thought I would be playing like directly as Hattie. Objection! Think. Someone clearly did this to me. I need to find them and do something. Wow! Oh. I woke up next to the train station by the circus, missing my clothes and some of my recent memories. Seems like someone whacked me over the head hard enough to knock me out. Who did it? Why take off my belongings? Does it have anything to do with the case I'm investigating? I need to find the answers to these questions. Oh no. Also, thank you for Stretch and Hydrate. How are you, Yui? Tita Risa too. Welcome in. How's your day at work? I need to figure out where I am and how I got here. But first things first, I'm going to need some pants. Really? Did they have to take my clothes too? What was I wearing again? Shit, I can't remember. That's not good. Why can't I remember? Do I have a concussion? I'm sure whatever I was wearing wasn't worth much. Whoever took them must be desperate. Oh, robbery victim. Damn. Okay, fine. We'll deal with that later. At least this guy left me with my undershirt and shorts and a smidge of dignity. I get up from the ground slowly, cradling my aching head. As I rise, something small falls to the ground. A bobby pin? Must have fallen out of my pocket when they took off my jacket. Useful for holding long hair in place or for a detective's inconspicuous lockpick. Now fully awake, I stand awkwardly in my undergarments in an unfamiliar place. I take a peek around the corner. Not many people are around. I step out from behind the train cars and get the lay of the land. Huh. I have a feeling I'm not in San Francisco anymore. Of all places, why is circus? I look around to see if anyone's around to give me some much needed information. Unfortunately, only the chilly autumn air fills the field, but I spot something in the distance. A payphone next to the train station. Right, I can call Ruth. Hopefully she can tell me something about whatever case I was working on. I rub my arms for some heat and head to the phone booth. Is it really that cold, or is it just me feeling naked? How's he gonna pay for the phone booth? I duck into the phone booth and close the door. Let's hope Ruth has some good news for me. Please tell me I have a hotel room nearby with some clothes or something. Shit, I'm an idiot. Of course I don't have a scent on me. Am I like a detective or what? No one around to help either. Maybe I'll get lucky and someone forgot to collect their change? No dice. Okay, only one way left then. If I can ground the transmitter, the circuit will work as if a coin passed through it. The protagonist is secretly a clown. You're not a detective at all! Haha! He's a clown. I need something small and metal. Ayo. Also, that emote is really scary, person. Ah, okay. What city, please? San Francisco, California. The number for Jones Investigative Services, Jones on Markets. Oh, Jones on Market Street. Clicking under Jones Investigative Services. Patching it through. Hello, how can I help you? Well, I think someone hit me in the head. Are you okay? Are you looking for help? No, I'm fine, but they took all my stuff, including my clothes, and I don't remember why I'm here. What day is it? It's Sunday the 21st. And then I think I don't remember the past few days. I'm sorry that happened, sir, but why are you calling this number? Do you need... Oh. I need to introduce myself. Yeah, I know. Because I'm him, Detective Jones. What? Ruth, it's me. Seriously? Prove it. My birthday is June 6, 1920. My favorite food is goat cheese with cranberries, and my middle name is Julius because my mom likes alliteration way too much. See? Jones Julius? Mr. J? Mr. J! It's really you. I didn't even recognize your voice over the phone. You idiot. Why didn't you just tell me it's you? What were you thinking? Sorry, just thought I'd break the news to you in a fun way. Fun, he says. You're insane. Anyway, what's the situation over there? Are you okay? Do you need me to call someone to help? No, I'm fine. I'm gonna need to find something to wear and fast. It's kind of getting cold out here. I think whoever hit me took my wallet too, unless I didn't have it with me, which seems unlikely. My head kind of hurts. I think it might be a concussion, can't be sure. I don't remember where I was staying, and if I need money to get there, then I'm kind of fucked. Kinda made this call legally too, but it's just 2 cents. I'm sure the payphone company can survive it. So yeah, but other than that, I'm great. Sounds like quite a day. The last thing I remember was when I was in San Francisco. I'm definitely missing a few days. I'm going to need some catch up if you don't mind. Huh? Need to peel... Wait, we need a potato horror clown character? Need to peel 100 potatoes before 12 a.m. Otherwise, Potato Man will peel off your skin. I'm too sleep deprived for this. I woke up at 8 a.m. guys. I'm sleepy. Mr. J! With the amount of time your brain gets tossed around in your skull, it's a wonder you even have enough mind left to be a detective. Oh, that's why I'm the best person for the job. Keep telling yourself that. Anyway, I assume I'm here for a job. I remember something about a call from the Tuldi. That was like 4 or 5 days ago. Seriously? Whoever knocked you out must have gotten a good hit. Oh, this is the person that Moses was trying to hire. I think I know the basics. I can give you a basic rundown of the case. The client? Our client is Moses Morgan, the owner of Morgan's Traveling Circus. Anything else we know about Mr. Morgan? Not much. He isn't the usual P.T. Barnum type. From what I could gather, he's not really one for the spotlight. But he seems to have a good rep in the business, popular in the industry, no major complaints against him. Which could either be a very good sign or a very bad sign. I guess you'll find that out for yourself. What happened at the circus? Their magician, the Amazing Hattie, is missing. Since when? Since Monday, almost a week now. Why didn't they call the police? From what I understand, they did. And why are they calling me? You'll have to ask the client that. Okay, I guess I need to talk to the client as soon as possible, or maybe I already did? What a thought. I can't well go see him just like this. Please tell me you know where I'm supposed to be staying. Who do you think books all your rooms? Your motel is on Shermer Road, right next to the circus. Shouldn't be any trouble finding it. Alright, that's the plan then. Motel, get dressed, meet the circus boss. Okay. Say hi to Thief for me, don't let him steal to my sandwiches. Like the dog or something? Be careful! Wait until your mother hears about this, young man. I was hoping to avoid that. You should know better by now. That woman knows everything. At least hold off on tattling to her until I get the chance to do it myself, please. You're the boss. Wait, one more thing before you go. Be careful doing your detective thing in the circus. Yeah, we already covered that. My head will remain intact for the rest of this investigation, I promise. I don't mean be careful with yourself, that's a lost cause at this point. I meant be careful with the circus people. What do you mean? Look, I had a cousin who was in the circus back in the day. The carnies, it's almost like they have their own little secret society. They're insanely protective against anyone they view as an outsider. They'll cooperate at force, but they'll never tell you anything useful if they don't trust or at least respect you. So don't go all the way in doing your thing. What thing? I don't have a thing. Just don't be so you. It might make them anxious. What does that mean? I can hear a sigh. You look like someone who wants to make mass arrests. But I'm not a cop. Just be more gentle than usual, okay? Try getting them to trust you. Easier said than done. I know. Never mind, I'm sure it'll work out as usual, although I have no idea how you keep pulling it off. Anything else, boss? You better get going then, lots of work to do. Okay. Sometimes I think she only calls me boss to humor me. I steady myself and open the payphone door again. I peek my head out to see if anyone's around. But this time, I catch a glimpse of someone and they're holding something awfully familiar. That looks a lot like my wallet. And the stranger, the robber probably, is rifling through it. I approach quietly, formulating a plan in my head. He's about 6'4" with wide shoulders and arms like cannon barrels. As I move closer, it feels like his frame is blotting out the sun. No wonder he managed to knock me out. I'm not so egotistical as to think I could possibly beat him in a fair fight. And since I don't have any weapons or allies nearby, I only have a few options. Negotiate. I reach out to pat him on the shoulder. He whips around in alert, almost tripping over himself. Despite his imposing stature, he's obviously quite young, probably in his early 20s. He's got gray hair though. Who? His name is Rolf? Didn't think I'd wake up that quickly, did you? Joke's on you, this ain't my first rodeo. What? You don't want to make a scene, do you? I Yeah, it's not. I don't think this is the guy. Guys, I don't think this is the guy. So how about this? I'll let you keep the cash, but I really need the rest of the wallet back. There are some personal things worthless to you, but priceless to me. What? I'm not going to... Did you say that this is your wallet? Come on, you just took it from me. And where did you put my clothes? I didn't do anything like that. I think you have the wrong person. I just found the wallet on the ground, just over there. Outside of that train car. I was checking inside to see if there was a name or a picture or something. Oh, thank you for a stretch. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. He scratches his head and laughs it off. So how are you feeling, Sarah? Did you take your medicine?
Cat.
What? Is the cat not working? It was working just now. Oh my god. Trigger fire! It is?
Huh?
Oh. Never mind. I'm just being fancy. Huh? I think someone knocked me out and took all my stuff, so when I woke up and started holding my wallet, well... In my defense, my head is still fuzzy. Probably a concussion. You sure this is your wallet? You checked inside, right? It probably has my business card in it. Jones Investigative Services? Okay! There should be a photo of my cat. It says Thief on it. Aww. Oh my god. Can I request we add the doorbell cat? What's the doorbell cat? I don't think I've seen it before. Can you send me a video? That's his name. My friend found it hilarious because I'm a detective. He looks at the photo and smiles. Aww. Here you go. Okay. His name card, the photo, and surprisingly about $20 in cash with a few quarters to boot. That's not a small amount of money. Probably a week's worth of salaries for an average worker. Huh. You said you were robbed? Something doesn't make sense here. So, contradiction! Oh, instead of objection, it's gonna be like, contradiction! Okay. So... Contradiction, robbery victim, and wallet. Objection! A robber looking for money definitely would have left more than $20 of cash in my wallet. Oh my god, there was an achievement. Objection! Wait, wrong line. This is Ace Attorney inspired. I thought whoever robbed me must have been looking for money. But there's still cash in my wallet. That would have been the first thing they'd take. Perhaps they didn't see the wallet fall to the ground, and that's why they took my clothes. They didn't find any money, so they took whatever they could. You said you found it by the train? Yeah, it was sitting out in the open. I don't think they could have missed it if they were looking for it. I'm surprised someone else didn't grab it before I did. Luckily now a lot of customers come around here. Interesting. Guess it might not be about the money. Wait! Thief is inspired by a real life cat? Oh my god. Oh my god, cute! That's super cute. Aww. Also, what is this doorbell cat? Oh, it's literally a cat ringing a doorbell. Oh, not even. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, I should correct my previous theory. My previous game theory! That's just an incorrect theory. I woke up next to the train station. Okay. Let's just say this wasn't about the money, then why attack me? Maybe they were just trying to embarrass you? Like a prank? Well, mission accomplished. Can you think of anyone who might have it out for you? Funny, that's usually my line. Right, you are a detective. You can solve the case yourself, right? Perhaps. My enemies are too numerous to count, but I don't think they let me off this easy. You call this easy? I'm still alive and have all my limbs, so yes, this is easy by their standards. It's almost like they weren't targeting me personally. Maybe they were trying to take some evidence rather than cash? I'm growing more and more curious about this case at the circus. And speaking of the circus, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you. You work here, right? How did you... Well, the gloves and the scars. At first I thought you'd just been in a lot of knife fights due to me suspecting you of assault and theft. But once I realized that wasn't the case. You also said not a lot of customers come around here, which implies you're on the other side of the equation. A massive circus worker with a lot of scars or cuts or slashes. You're the animal trainer. Brilliant! Is that what detectives do? Don't give me too much credit, considering how wrong my first guess was. Sorry for the whole assuming you're a criminal thing, by the way. Chalk it up to the concussion. By the way, my name's Rolf. Our circus is called Morgan's Traveling Circus. Ah. Looks like this won't be the last time I see a Rolf. Nice to meet you. Okay. You hear about Hattie. What if whoever attacked you is... It's a possibility, but I think I've left to enough conclusions today. Alright, this is all such a mess. Well, if you're looking for a boss, he's always in his office. It's a small square tent over there by the other end of the train car. But you should probably put on some clothes first. Do you have anything to wear? I'll be fine. I have a motel room nearby with some of my luggage, and thanks to you, I have my wallet back so I can get some clothes for myself if I need to. Sounds good. Let me know if you need anything. I feel like having instant noodles. He hesitates before quietly making his next offer. I need to go, but you can come talk to me later if you want. You can find me in the Big Top at 1 PM or Fair at 2 PM. I have shows scheduled then. What if he's like flirting? I will likely take you up on that. Thanks for the help. Really, I appreciate it. I bid Rolf goodbye and turn around. This is going to be a fun walk. What was the address Ruth gave me again? Schumer Road? So, like, we're traveling between, like, a 3-day gap between the magician and Jones? Okay, Moses asked me to go find Alice backstage. What did he say again? The small tent behind the big top? Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a character face here. That's super cute. Oh, you can go individual train cars. Oh, wait, that's super cute. That's a super cute take on a map. Backstage is actually just a small tent behind the main performance tent. I slip in from the back and pull the curtain. It's not exactly tidy, but it's significantly cleaner than expected. A splash of loud colors compete for attention, from outlandish costumes to wildly patterned fabrics. Why does this all look like blood? Various fantastical stage props are piled around the small room, making it look like some sort of fairy tale storage facility. Clear my throat. Ahem. She's cute. Tiny girl, a young woman, pops up from behind one of the big boards. Have I killed anyone yet? Not yet. I wonder if I'll need to, though. I do have a gun. A string of soft clinking and clattering follows her movements as tools rattle around in her pockets. She eyes me up and down, obviously wondering if I'm supposed to be here, but decides against speaking first. You must be Alice. She nods once. Great, I'm Jackie. What are you doing here? Oh my god, her character design is so cute. The switcheroo. I'm surprised the paper isn't bursting into flames from the intensity of his stare. Is everything okay? Huh? Oh yeah. It's okay, I guess. She stares at the ground in stunned silence. I just can't believe. What is he thinking, dressing someone up as her? He didn't even tell us about this. Sorry, this must be weird for you? Gun for show only. What if I have to use it and like it doesn't even shoot anything lethal? Sorry to spring this upon you. I can't imagine what you feel like. Were you pretty close? This must be weird. You don't feel like her. That's because I'm not. I'm just going to pretend for a bit. Are you okay? This just doesn't feel real. I never thought. How did everything come to this? Is this really going to work? We'll see. But first, I have to get into costume, so to speak. Right. I think you'll fit in her old one. Can I take some measurements? I'm still stuck on the awkwardness of the conversation we were having. Okay. But once word came up, she forgot all about any discomfort and began moving with purpose. Before I can fully respond, she's already rummaging through her little pouch and pulling out a tape measure. Can you stand with your back to the shelf over here? I need to see how tall you are. She charges towards the corner with the large shelf and clears a place to stand. Yeah, let me just move the eye out of the way. You can stand here on the right side. Back straight, please. Yep. Put my back to the shelf as she pins one side of the tape measure under the bottom and stretches it to the top of my head. We're short stature, she has to resort to getting on the stairs next to us to read the results. Looks like you're right around 5'8". Hattie was 5'6". I could have told you that. My height, I mean. Sorry, I just like to measure things myself. She snaps the tape measure back and pulls out a soft tailor's tape from her pouch, wrapping it around my shoulder and waist. Hold your arms straight out to the sides. With a tape measure in her hand and numbers scribbled on a notebook, she now looks comfortable and self-assured and comfortable. Oh, she's in her zone. Alright, I'm done now. I let out the breath I've been holding and relax my hands. She's jotting down something quickly on the notepad while clearly forming a plan in her head. I think we can get away with doing a few adjustments on the costume we already have. So your shoulders are a little wider, but nothing to worry about. I can do a couple of things to give you some breathing space. What's your shoe size? I'm not sure. How can you be not sure? Are measurements in the States different? Right, you're in Europe. How does she know that? Oh, maybe from the letter. How's this for you? My toes are screaming. I feel like one of Cinderella's evil stepsisters. Yeah, you probably don't need the heels giving you extra height. Let me see. She scans the room and releases a little ha when she finds a pair of black knee-high boots from the far corner. I think these were Chip's actually, but he's a short guy. Try them on, let me know if they're too large. I can add insoles or stuff them. I slip them on, pain-free. Thank you, much better. But the color, does it go with the costume? Black goes with everything. I agree. Wait, I think I have some of the dress fabric left. I sit there while Alice works her magic on the dress and the boots. Huh. Okay. She lays out the dress, the boots, a pair of gloves, and the top hat all on the sofa. I wonder if her using glue will come in to play. Because they did kind of like linger on that a little bit. Like here? Where else? We're backstage. Oh, you mean like in front of me? Sorry, we don't have a changing room or anything. I'll look away if you want. I'm just gonna change behind that big cupboard, okay? You need help with the lacing. She's clearly not keen on helping, but probably feels compelled to ask out of obligation. No, I'm good. Almost done. With some awkward shuffling, I'm pretty sure I finally got everything on. I'm just not sure I could get out of it without some significant wiggling. Okay, I'm done. Alice scans me up and down. Her eyes are on me, but they're 1,000 miles away. Alice? Yeah, everything fits? Everything's fine. Great, actually. That's it then, I think. Do you want to take a look? She gestures to the makeup mirrors. I peek. Ah. I hardly recognize myself. Whoa. Looks... I know. So I'll be keeping this for the big show tonight? Sure. Wow. That reminds me, we should talk a little about show arrangements. The big show starts at 7 p.m. every night and goes until 10. Usually the ringmaster does a routine to introduce all the performers up front. But since your appearance is supposed to be a surprise, I think it'll be better for you to only do the closing act from 9 to 10. Come back here at 8 p.m. so we can go over some last minute arrangements. Everyone will be in the big top watching the show, so you won't need to worry about someone seeing you. What's you planning to do tonight? Do you need anything for props? I'm still trying to figure all of that out. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? What does that have to do with your performance? Well, I'm new here and the boss is busy, so he didn't tell me much about everything that's going on. I can't decide on what to do if I don't have the full picture of the circus and what the audience will expect. I don't think that's how it works. Come on, we'll just chat a little bit, like friends? Unless you're busy, I can come back later. No, it's fine. I need to help with something at 11 by some time, I guess. Aww. Thank you so much, Sherry. You are a sweetheart. What? Is that French? Never mind, I don't even want to ask. What did you want to talk about? In one time block, you only have a limited number of chances to take an action. Ooh, so like... Oh, this is counting down my actions. Oh, is AP like action points? Hey! Okay. The time block will run out automatically? Okay. Situation in the circus? So this whole Hattie situation seems to be the talk of the town. I know, it's been crazy. So if you don't mind me asking, how has this been affecting the business? Are people really returning their tickets? I don't know. It's not for me to worry about. But this whole thing just feels so wrong. I remember a time when the circus coming to town would be front page news. People would drive for hours and contract boats just to come see the performance. Kids would try to sneak in or do all kinds of odd jobs for them just for a free ticket. And then we'd go see the acrobats and animals. If you run to the front row and reach your hand out, you could touch the horses and elephants. It was magical. But it seems like people are just less impressed with what we do these days, you know? Seems like they're expecting people to be shot out of cannons or birds that will turn into snakes or something. I don't know, maybe I'm being too cynical. It just seems like they don't really understand what the circus is about. I don't really know about the number stuff, but the boss doesn't seem to be too worried about it, so I guess it's fine. I don't really care if it makes a ton of money or just enough. As long as we can keep going, I'll be here. About Jackie? No, that's me. Hattie? So what was Hattie like? Figured since I'm going to be her, I better know a bit more about her, right? She closes her eyes and turns away, hand still clutching the strap of her bag. I don't know what to say. Come on. You've worked together for years, and judging by your early reactions, I wager you cared a great deal about her, right? I mean, yes, we're colleagues. Everyone here cared about her. Finally looks back at me in the eyes. It's just, no one could have ever imagined something like this happening to her. Almost as if she's afraid I was going to open my mouth and ask more, she moves on to the next topic. So, Hattie, she was a really good magician. Wish you could have seen her perform. The crowds loved her. She was a true star. That's why they're mad she isn't here. Well, that's what I'm here for. Her eyes snap up and she bites her lip, suddenly looking infuriated. No, you're not listening. You don't understand. Hattie was irreplaceable. You can't take her place, not with the dress or the hat or whatever. Whoa. That's going a bit too far, don't you think? What would Hattie say to that? She lowers her eyes, but her eyes remain fiery and stubborn. She would have agreed. You sure about that? Her teeth clench. You don't know Hattie. You can't do her tricks. You're here only because she's gone. I knew Hattie, actually. What? I knew Hattie before all of this. But I've never heard her mention... It's not important, though. You're right. I can never become Hattie. I'm not her. Sorry, it's not... I don't mean it as anything against you. I'm just having a hard time with... I just don't think anyone can take her place, or that anyone should. Okay, new piece of information. Never mind. Do I want to pursue this? What else is she gonna say, though? Can we try letter from Hattie? Threaten her with the gun. We could ask more about her. Moses told me you work the magic around here? Me? I don't perform or anything, I just make stuff. What kind of stuff do you make? Props, mostly. I paint on boards a lot. I also make some of the costumes, I guess. Not anything fancy with sequins or leather, but the regular stuff. I also fix things, so if you have something that's broken, you can bring it to me and I'll try my best. Don't sell yourself short. That sounds really awesome. I've never met anyone who can handle so many different tasks at once. How did you learn these things? Also, what did you roll, Sarah? Well, I kind of just picked them up here and there. I learned most of the technical stuff from the old mechanic. He's retired now. And well, I knew how to draw before I came here. Before you came here? Oh, someone in my family is an artist? He knew how to draw. I don't know if that makes him an artist. He definitely likes to think he is. A wry smile passes her lips, but her brows narrow. I hated drawing. I hated the way it smelled. I hated the expensive paints. I hated the other artists who would host parties in their tiny houses, with their wives running around scouring cupboards for enough bread for everyone. I hated all the time he spent staring at a blank canvas trying to come up with something that would never get into galleries. He'd rather do that than take a job to make an ad or anything of value. Is the D20 not supposed to work, or am I going crazy? Oh my god. It should. I refreshed the cache on the trigger fire like a bunch of times. Hold on. I'll refund the points. Did it work? How many times do I have to like refresh cache, man? On every single... Oh my god, do I have to refresh cache on every single scene? Oh my god. When I came here, I said I would do anything if they just let me stay. And Howie, the old mechanic, just looked me up and down and asked, can you walk a tightrope 20 feet high in the air? Can you juggle balls, clubs, and knives? Can you stand on horses? How about carrying 150 pounds of luggage? Cooking meals for hundreds of people in a tent? Doing people's hair and makeup without electricity or running water? And I couldn't do any of those things. He said, then, I don't know how you could help us. I said, learn. He said, no. I said, please. He told me to go home. Finally, I said, I can draw. He said, well, why didn't you say so? We need someone to do the posters. So, yeah, the fact that I knew how to draw was the only reason that got me hired. I was too young to do any sort of useful labor, but probably too old to learn any of the tricky performances. So drawing was the only thing I had going for me. It was the only time I ever felt lucky for what he does. Oh. Might as well ask what she thinks about Moses? How long have you been working for Moses? 4 years? What do you think about him? Why do you want to ask me about the boss? Didn't he send you here? I just wanted to ask what it's like to work for him. You know, employee to employee. You don't need to worry about that. Moses is a good boss. Why do you say that? He's always on time with the money, even when business is slow. He's good with people, doesn't make us do stuff that we don't want to do. I don't know, he's just nice, I guess? Forgive me, I'm not too familiar with the American circus business, but from what I understand, he has a pretty good rep. Yeah, Moses has been in the industry forever, you know. He knows everyone, and everyone who's somebody in the circle knows him. Good to know. Thank you for your honesty. It's fine, I mean, we'll be co-workers. You need to know what kind of person he is. Ooh, okay. That wasn't very helpful though. Alright. I hope to help, but I really gotta go. There's a puppet performance at the fair for the next hour, and I need to go find Echo and check if the calliope is working. I should be done in an hour or so. If you have any other questions or anything else you need, come back and find me then. Okay, thanks for everything. So did it work, Cheesy? So paranoid now. Okay. I am gonna take a short break to stretch, etc., etc. And I'll be right back. Hmm. Okay. Voice break. Yeah, voice break. But yeah, really intriguing so far. I'm excited to see like more gameplay. I wanna do more gameplay stuff. Okay, be right. Making my way to the hotel. Luckily, it's a quick walk, and I think everyone's too enthralled by the circus acts to pay much attention to a homeless-looking guy. The people at the motel recognize me. I tell them my key was stolen, so they provide me a replacement after a small service fee, of course. With all the trouble and the humiliation and the physical peril, this job better pay like Rockefeller himself hired me. Also, should I eat potato chips? I open the door to my room. Everything seems undisturbed. I put on a change of clothes and look around the room. Observation. We see in magnifying glass, you can enter investigation mode. Ooh, do I get like different abilities for different people? One action point to enter investigation mode. Oh, once you start investigating, you can move your cursor around and look at everything. Okay, cool. So we can investigate. Oh, it doesn't cost anything to look at everything? That's cool. Generic hotel nightstand. They're all empty. The ashtray is conspicuously empty too. Either they cleaned it out or I didn't even have time to enjoy a cigarette when I got in. Generic. Oh wait, it's the same thing. Light? Oh, it's the same. Finally, I never thought I missed the feeling of clothes on my skin so much. Most of my belongings are still lying neatly in the suitcase. I don't even remember what I packed. A few days worth of clothes, some of my tools, ropes, handcuffs, binoculars, stuff like that. Don't think I'll need them for this case. Some sort of flyer. Oh, it's a flyer for the circus. A dark-haired woman in a purple ruffled dress holding a top hat front and center. That's our missing person. Okay. Oh, I picked it up. My trusty trench coat. I'll put it on before I leave. It's good for a cold or rainy day. It's breathable and light. It blends in easily in the crowd, and perhaps most important of all, it looks great on me. And people wonder why my wardrobe is full of them. A map of the local area, my phone book. Looks like I was doing a little research when I first got here. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna send my sister like a quest. Or send my mom a question. Okay. So is that all the things we can investigate? Okay. Time to meet the client. Are we done here? Oh, okay. In the future, you'll also be able to choose which location you want to go to at the beginning of every turn. This does not cost any action points. Okay. Makes sense. So we should... Oh, it's me! Wait, was there the magician in the corner before this? Jackie? Okay, we should probably go see the client. Can't be sure if I already talked to him, then make the first move. What business brings you here, mister? He doesn't know me. Okay. I'm Detective Jones. Mr. Jones from San Francisco? Yeah. Okay, nice. Understand I'm here to investigate the disappearance of your magician. Not quite. You see, there were a few details I didn't want to mention over the phone. I was hoping to let you know in private when you got here. To be honest, I was expecting you here a little earlier. The situation has evolved since our last call. I apologize. There was an incident. Regardless, what do you mean not quite? Do you know where she is? I trust that there's no need to say this conversation must remain strictly confidential. Well, there's no easy way to say this. Hattie is not missing. She's dead. That's certainly one rather significant detail to omit. Sorry, but I hope you understand. We don't really have another choice. The circus isn't ready to handle the consequences of that announcement, particularly when we still don't even know the killer or the motive. You're sure it's murder? Yes, she was found with a knife in her chest. Okay. What happened? Can you walk me through what happened from the beginning? When did it take place? We arrived in Tolji this morning before sunrise. It took most of the day to set up, so I gave everyone the rest of the day off. I made a trip into town as I had some business to deal with at the bank and a few investors to meet with. It was raining like hell that afternoon and the road got very muddy. By the time I came back, it was almost 9 p.m. and everyone was waiting for me. So he went in the morning. That was when they told me Hattie was dead. One of our performers, Echo, found Hattie in the storage room. Her pulse was already gone by then. Did they call the police? I called later that night. Wait, someone had been killed, but they waited until you were back to contact the authorities? Mr. Jones, I know it might seem strange, but you have to understand. In the circus, we are very guarded people. Most of us haven't had many pleasant interactions with law enforcement. Usually we try to resolve our issues internally, but this is not a simple fight or theft. This is far beyond what any of us are accustomed to. We were all in shock. So I insisted on calling them. I understand, but then why hire a private investigator? The police are on it. I called them on Monday night. They show up here the next day. They claimed the body, took some photos, and asked everyone a few questions. I haven't heard from them since. Not a single update. I called them yesterday to ask if I could have a copy of the autopsy report. They stonewalled me. Do you know why they're ignoring this case? Corruption, laziness, prejudice? Take your pick. Frankly, I don't much care about their reasoning. In my business, you learn very quickly that you can't buy respect from those who have none. Creative solutions, though, those are always for sale. And that's where I come in? Okay. So you still don't have the autopsy report. I can call them again, but at this point I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for it. That means you don't have a clear time of death. I believe the last time everyone saw her was around 5 p.m. A few of my workers saw her coming out of a trailer. No one knew where she went afterward until Echo found her at 7 p.m. And can we be sure that time frame is reliable? Yes, both can be corroborated by others. You said it was raining that afternoon, correct? Do you remember when the rain started and stopped? It didn't start until I got to town, so about 4, and it already ended when I got back. And how was the weather these past few days? Not a drop since. Good, that gives us a pretty solid window. I can ask around and see what everyone was doing during that time period. Okay. Looking for an alibi, right? We probably won't lead to an arrest, but should eliminate a few suspects. Good to know. About the victim, did she have any enemies? Hard to imagine anyone wanting to kill her. We're a close-knit group. We've been performing together every night for quite some time now. It's difficult to envision anyone here killing anyone else. What about someone outside the circus? We tour the country, never stay in one place for long. It's extremely unlikely that my crew have had any entanglements with anyone in this town. So, which way would you lean? Outsider or fellow performer? I don't know what to think, Mr. Jones. Anyone in particular stick out? Not at all. I don't think anyone on my team would do something like this. They're good kids. With all due respect, if I had a nickel every time someone incorrectly said that to me, I'd have retired years ago. I know. Why else do you think I called you? I understand that my judgment might be flawed here. Look, rationally, I know the person who did it was here before the show even opened. Probably has a personal grudge and has access to storage areas. All signs of someone in your crew. Yep. I feel like I know what you're going to ask. Hypothetically, what would you say the killer's motive could be? I'm afraid I'm not the best person to ask. It's your circus. Generally, I try to refrain from intervening too much in their interpersonal relationships. I'm afraid my meddling could do more harm than good. The performers would surely be able to tell you more about this than I ever could. However, whether they will be entirely forthcoming with you is another matter. Well, that's for me to worry about. You just need to tell me who I need to talk to. Time to go die again? Headache being worse? Oh no. You took Panadol already, Styra? Also, have a good rest. You'll want to talk to the other performers and our mechanic Allies. They're the ones that knew her the best. Oh, and there's one more person you should be aware of. Okay, so this should be Jackie, right? Because, like, we're kind of, like, far down the timeline. So that means, like... But I think we're not that far down the timeline. We're, like, a few days down the timeline, right?
Huh?
Good night, Sarah. I'm sure you're aware of what's going on in the newspapers. Okay. We can't announce the death yet for obvious reasons, but we are under a lot of pressure. The show must go on as the saying goes, so I had an idea. Okay, what sort of idea? I hired someone to pretend to be Hattie until we get the case figured out. Are you telling me there's a fake version of the murder victim walking around? Well, I told her to keep a low profile, so you probably won't even see her around. How nice of you to remember to inform me about that. Wouldn't want to think I saw a ghost. I just thought you should be aware. And just where did you manage to find this replacement? Could this person have anything to do with the case? I looked into it, and no, she wasn't anywhere near the circus at that time. That much I'm sure of. Okay, but he's not gonna tell her, like, tell him about the letter? About the crime scene. Where did the murder take place? Can I go see the crime scene? About that. There's actually no crime scene anymore. What does that even mean? Well, the day it happened, we were busy setting up the circus. Most tents weren't set up yet. The only one we had was a small temporary tent for short-term storage. That was a crime scene? Yeah, we had to take it down because the circus had to open. So we have nothing. Also, thank you for stretch and hydrate. Have a good rest, Sarah. Oh my god. I might have instant noodles after stream. The police did take a photo of the scene. Here's a copy. Holy shit. That's brutal. Okay. Her hair is a little messy, but the room and her clothing look pretty tidy. Was there bleeding from the wrists where they were bound by the ropes? Don't think so. And were there any visible wounds other than a knife? Nothing clearly visible, no. No trauma on the head or the neck. Curious. No, okay. There's no sign of a struggle in the scene. If she tried to fight back, it would have at least messed up this room and her clothes a little bit. What instant noodles are best? I really like Maggi curry. I'm like super basic, but the instant noodles I'm thinking of having is this flavor that like I've only found in the Philippines. It's called like bulalo, which is like beef broth, and like it's hard to get beef instant noodles in Malaysia for obvious reasons. But But yeah, it's really good. And I still have some left over from my Philippines trip last year, so I'm gonna like grab some and make some. Yeah, it's like it's so surprisingly like authentic beef taste. I've just been like super craving. I've been wanting to have like pho, so. But because my boyfriend's Indian, I can't like go and eat pho with him, you know? So I had to find someone else to eat pho with. If the killer was holding the knife when they fought, she would have defensive wounds on her hands. Okay. So either she was unconscious or she agreed to be bound. I initially thought that someone could have attacked her from the back, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Okay. Different than Mo. A different person. Who attacked me and attacked her, maybe? Have you ever had the feeling that you're sleepy but you can't sleep? Just chill until you fall asleep. What's that mirror doing here? It's a storage room. They probably just placed it there when they were moving everything from the train. So it's not intentional? I don't believe so, although what? Sometimes I've seen performers using it to practice for their performance. I've heard it's helpful to observe your form. And the mirror is in the exactly right position for someone facing Hattie to be looking at their own reflection. Is it really a coincidence? Is it placed for practice? For some kind of twist or enjoyment? There's no way to know yet. This is cool though. Like, what's the board? That's an act we do. It was Hattie's signature performance, the knife throwing act. Someone would be tied to the board and she'd throw knives at the board without hitting her partner. The crowds loved it. Could this have been a practice gone wrong? There's just one problem with that. Hattie's the one throwing the knife, not the one being tied up. It doesn't make sense why she'd be on there. Is anyone in your circus a trained knife thrower? As far as I know, the only one who could do it is or was Hattie, but obviously she couldn't have done this herself. If you have questions about the act, you should ask Ideen about it. She's our fire performer. She was also the one Hattie strapped to the board for the performance. Must take an incredible amount of trust for her to be tied there while someone's throwing knives at her. They were very close. Alright, looks like I need to find his ID later. Is that all? I think that's all. Wait, how do I go back? Is that not all? Oh, blood splatter. Were there any fingerprints on the handle? More like Overwatch comp until I pass out. What rank are you at now, Cheesy? I asked that too, but no, they couldn't find any fingerprints, so the killer was either wearing gloves or wiped it clean. How about the knife? Do you recognize it? It's circus equipment. It's one of our custom-made throwing knives. I don't know much about the details, except that they are extremely sharp and well-balanced for throwing. I do know that it still takes incredible skill to hit your target with enough force and accuracy for it to stick. There might be one thing you're missing. The murder weapon is a throwing knife, but that doesn't mean the killer actually threw it. Yeah, I don't think you can like throw it hard enough to pierce someone's entire body like that. It's like one thing to throw the knife hard enough to stick on a board. It's another thing to throw it so hard that it's like embedded into her chest like that. No way. No one witnessed the act. For all we know, they might have just tied her to the board and stabbed her through the chest. Right. Maybe that's the point. A nice piece of misdirection from the killer. Or maybe there's something more to the knife throwing. A symbolic reason? I can't be sure yet. Alright, I think that's all I have about the photo. You can keep it. Okay. I just have one request. Please don't show it to people unless it's for a good reason. She was your friend after all, and I'd hope to spare as many of them from seeing her like that. But at least one of them has seen the crime scene, right? The person who discovered her? How long after the initial discovery was this photo taken? The photo was taken by the police after they arrived, which was quite late, the day after the body was first discovered. Yeah, I remember that. I can't trust that nothing was disturbed between the discovery and the taking of the photo. At least let me show it to the people who saw the initial crime scene. Fair enough. Echo, our puppeteer, was the one that discovered her body. You can ask him if anything is different in the photo. Okay. No rank, but I used to be some sort of golden support. My last to push, so I left it dusty. So are you planning to do your placements? Okay. Done. How long do I have to solve the case? We leave tonight. Tonight? Oh shit. Can't you stay a little longer? Okay. Much like our performances, the business walks a tightrope of schedules and timings. Everything has to go according to plan or it will cause a chain reaction of everything falling out of order. The big show starts at 7 and ends before 10. The train will start leaving in sections, with the last one departing less than 2 hours after the show ends. So you're telling me any witnesses or evidence I could possibly have will all be gone before midnight? Yep. It's like Cinderella, but instead of a princess, I'm chasing a murderer. Oh, you put it that way. Oh wow, that's intense. So kind of like I'm using Jackie to save myself time, right? Or the detective time. I'll need anything and everything you can give me about the case. I will also need to talk to some of your people. Of course, whatever you need. And if they ever manage to send over the autopsy result, I'll let you know as soon as possible. Give everyone a heads up, and you can talk to anyone on staff. Do you think that's why, like, he was knocked out? Because they wanted to delay his involvement in the case, like the murderer knocked him out? Because the murderer knew that they were moving on. But it's a show day, so they might still have responsibilities that keep them busy at times. Sorry about that. And there's one more thing. What else? Well, this is a circus and there are certain trade secrets we have to protect. What does that mean? It means that there are certain areas only available to members of the circus, and I prefer if it's said that way. You hire the detective, yet you still want to keep all of your secrets? Not all of them. Only the stable and backstage areas are off limits, and do not go barging into people's private rooms on the train without permission. They tend to be very territorial. I wonder if I can explore those other areas as Jackie. Stable, backstage, private rooms. Okay. I'm beginning to think you don't even want me to solve this case. Look, Mr. Jones, I have been completely honest with you up to this point, despite my hesitancy. So I'll give you one more hard truth now. Eddie's dead. There's nothing I can do to change that, including catching who did it. Tensions are running high, and the best thing I can do to keep things running as usual and maintain a sense of normalcy for my people. I've been through enough goodbyes to know that change is the last thing that folks want at this moment. So yes, of course I care about solving the case. I wouldn't have called you here otherwise. But do I care about it more than keeping the circus running and keeping everyone from falling apart? No. Well, you are the client. I'll work with your restrictions. Can't guarantee how much they'll impede the work though. That's all I ask. I know the conditions are difficult, just do your best. I always do. That's a really cool setup. So I can already imagine, because like the game is marketed as like a non-linear visual novel, right? So I guess like your progress in the game depends on who you talk to, what information you discover, and like I wonder if that leads down the line of you completing the mystery or not. That would be really interesting. No lie, I think like no matter what, it still kind of leads you towards the correct answer anyway, but it definitely adds like some tension, which is very cool. Cause like this is such a, can I just pause for a moment, and like this is such a unique approach to a visual novel, right? Like especially a detective game. Because basically I feel like I'm in the mindset of Jones, right? He only has 1 day to solve this murder, which means every single choice of his has to be like calculated. But then there's Jackie who arrived like a few days earlier, right? So she has a couple of days to make up for um what Jones might miss. But on the other hand, like I don't know how much time she actually has. It's possible that she's here only for like a day, and then like you only get to play 1 day's worth of her game anyway, you know. But I don't know. I have a lot of questions now that I think can only be solved from like playing the game. But it is really interesting of a mechanic. I can already see how like both experiences of each character complement each other, you know? Because there are some areas that only performers can access. So like I'll have to use sorry, not Hattie, Jackie to get in there. And then there are some things that the detective's gonna know, and then I can like use him to go there, right? That's interesting. So, and you, the player, gets to put the pieces together. That's very cool. I already went backstage. Hold on. I think at this point in time for Jackie, I can kind of do anything though. Right? I just have to talk to everyone. Shall we go and meet our boy Rolf? But as Jackie this time? The stables nestle in a semi-secluded area where trees obscure part of the view. Guess to maintain some mystique around the off-duty exotic animals. I step past the danger sign and make my way through haystacks to the horse stalls in the back. Oh my god, what is this like farming sim ass music? It's the story of seasons. Mountain of a man hunches over in one of the tiny stalls, his hands making quick work with the rope while mumbling something to a horse. The horse sees me approach before the man does and nudges at his chin with his head. He can't exactly turn around in the confined space, so he has to twist his neck at an awkward angle to glance back. Excuse me, ma'am, you're not supposed to be... Oh. He looks up in the middle of his sentence and promptly swallows the rest. Should probably explain. Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm pretending to be Hattie. There's no one else around watching unless you count a few dozen animals, but I still somehow felt the need to whisper the second part. Mr. Morgan told you guys about his plan, right? Otherwise, this is going to be hard to explain. Yeah, sorry, it's just you're wearing that, and for a moment it felt like you've seen a ghost. Yep. Why does this also feel like a meet cute like dating sim introduction where you're like romancing, like Rolf is a romanceable character? Anyways, good to have you here, even if you can't be you for a little while. It's good to be here. We stare at each other for a second, me trying to shake straws of hay out of my dress, him still painfully twisting his head around like an owl. The horse he's working with snorts impatiently. That finally broke its trance. He finally maneuvers himself out of the stable. So, you're here to say hi? Well, yes, I'm just trying to introduce myself to everyone in the circus. Well, you know me now. I guess I haven't even told you my name yet. I'm Rolf, the animal trainer here. And by the way, this is Muffin. The pearl one over there is Waffles. Next to her is Pancake, and this Black Beauty over here, can I guess? He must be Burnt Toast. Actually, that's Obsidian. Ah, I thought we were working with breakfast food themes here. That's because old Obi's mine. So you named him and then someone else, I'm guessing, a breakfast lover, named the rest? Actually, it's the other way around. It's a kind of a long story. I've got all the time in the world. I grew up with Obsidian. He's the horse we had at Collins and Lucas, the circus my parents worked at. When they brought him in as a little foal, I was barely as tall as he is. I'm obviously taller now, and he's quite an old fella. So when my parents retired and I left to come work for Mr. Morgan, I just had to take old Obi with me. Also, I'm wondering whether information that I gather as one character can be used as information for another character. I don't think so. Because, like, it wouldn't make any sense. But I can probably use information that I've already gathered to guide, like, decisions like this. Right? Like, dialogue options. Leaving the work for Mr. Morgan. When was that? My parents decided to retire the moment I turned 18, so 6 years ago. You've been working here for 6 years? Yeah, I think most people from Moses' old crew were nearing retirement by then. I was one of the first new people working here alongside Chip, who was just a kid too. You should have seen us. It was a funny mix. Both the oldest and youngest people in the business. We got the circus up and running eventually, and look at it now. And of course, good old Moses is still going strong. He must be in his 50s by now, no? I don't know exactly, but he's been working in the industry since the early days of Barnum, so he has got to be approaching 70 by now, but it's hard to tell just by looking at him, isn't it? Okay, wild theory. Moses killed Hattie and absorbed her youth so that he could remain young and become circus guy forever. I don't think it's that kind of game. Anyway, I've got Moses to thank for Obsidian. If he didn't agree to pay to buy Obi off my old boss, who knows where Obi and I would be now. He really is a lovely horse. I guess I should say hi. Hi Muffin, hi Waffles, Pancake, and hello to you there, Obsidian. And of course, hello to you. I'm sure the boss already said this, but welcome to the circus. Now you're one of us, no matter how long you're staying. Aww, he's so sweet. It must be kind of intimidating to get to know all these new people and stuff, what with having to keep your identity secret. Thanks. Well, I'm just trying to remember everyone's names, and I hope I don't screw the pooch. I'm sure you'll do great, otherwise the boss wouldn't have chosen you. You've been working here for a while, so you must know everyone pretty well. Yeah, of course. If there's anything you need help with, I'm happy to talk. He's so sweet. What the hell? Shall we investigate? Small tent, far smaller than any of the tents I've seen here. It's not meant for the public. Probably just a small storage room where workers can rest in between their shifts. Bales of hay. Animal. Oh wait, sorry. Elephant. Why did I just say animal? I mean, is an animal, but like... The stable doors are usually closed with a simple wooden bolt, except this one's broken in half. The stable and the doors look old, tarnished by rain and age. However, the break on the bolt looks new. The damage was caused by force, not time or weather. Huh. Broken bolt. Majestic black horse. He looks a bit old, but he doesn't look tired or weary. He's still standing proud in his stall. Okay, and there's one more horse here. A younger looking brown horse with black hair. Its eyes are closed. Is it sleeping? Stable doors are usually closed. Okay, I accidentally clicked on the same thing. I think that's it though. Oh, that was not very useful. Let's learn more about him. You love working with animals. How can you not? Have you worked with them before? Not really. What's your secret? Are you an animal whisperer? Okay. Some guy once told me you had to make them believe you're the alpha or something. How do you do that? I don't. I mean, you just have to get them to trust you and they'll tell you what they want. That's it. Don't you have to, I don't know, teach them tricks, make them listen to you? Maybe I just listened to too many cowboy stories growing up. I always wanted to tame a wild horse. If you look at it that way, I do teach them to jump through hoops and dance, but I don't really think that's taming them. If you tell them to jump, they jump. Yeah, but I think most people will consider that taming. But have you thought about it from their perspective? They know that if they jump or do the tricks, I give them treats, so in a way they tame me. So it's a mutual taming. Okay, so that was useless. What about Hattie? Did you know Hattie very well? Not really, she was still kind of new here and you didn't get along? It's not like that, we just never talked much, I guess. Was she difficult? No, nothing like that. She was nice, it's a shame what happened to her, but no one saw this coming. It's not like anyone hates her or anything. Is there any reason why you didn't get along? We never talked about it. Talked about what? I don't even know if there was anything to talk about. But you implied there was. I sense some juicy gossip here. It's not her, it's me, I guess. And she's a smart gal. Maybe she sent something from me. I've been told I'm no good at hiding my feelings. Do you have a crush on her? That's what I think happened anyway. Did he like Hattie and she didn't return his feelings? You're still not telling me what this is. You know what? Never mind. It's just complicated. It's not my story to tell. But she's gone, so no one will be here to tell it anymore. Why? Was she seeing somebody? Oh! How did you? I never said it's about... Come on. A man your age, it's not her, it's me. Never good at hiding your feelings? When I said it's not my story to tell, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean there was someone else. I just meant that she's gone and I don't feel right about this. You can think whatever you like. I can't and I won't speak for her on what she was really thinking. That's probably as much as I can get out of him, which leaves me even more curious. He doesn't deny it. Does that mean I hit the nail right on its head? Pressing Rolf, I see. I mean, he's a mountain of a man. There's plenty to press. Okay, what should I... I'm so tempted to just pull out the gun and be like, tell me. Okay, what happens if I ask him about this? So your thing with Hattie. Can we please not talk about this? Oh. Oh. Did I just waste my turn? Okay, I guess I'll ask him about this. Bolt's broken. Obsidian broke it. Was he trying to escape? Nothing like that. It's just that he gets really agitated during thunderstorms. When he heard it, he ran out. Almost gave me a heart attack when I came back Monday night and saw the door wide open and his stable stall empty. Wait, devs are forgiving if the option doesn't work out, AP doesn't get spent? Really? I didn't notice. I went looking for him and you know what he was doing. And I found him. He was right in front of the calliope. He was chewing on one of the poles for the stalls. Why was he doing that? I don't know. I think maybe because Obi is a circus horse through and through. He grew up with Calliope, so when he hears loud noises, that's what it reminds him of. That's what I like to think anyway. He's a good boy, and an old fella now, never causes trouble. The worst he's ever done is a broken doorbell and some bite marks on the pole. Still, it's my fault. I should have been here with him. The stuff in the papers? Honestly, I'm a little worried. I've never seen anything like that before. How do you like working here? It's awesome. The boss is great, the people are nice, the animals are all lovely, of course. How long have you been here? I was 18. I know all this stuff already. You're worried about losing your job? Maybe. What if people get tired of elephants and tigers and zebras? And who knows, maybe one day soon circuses will go out of fashion, then where would I go? Where would these darlings go? They dance and perform. They can't pull wagons in some city. Don't fancy people have automobiles nowadays anyway? Faster than horses and leaves a lot less stink, I hear. I don't know, maybe I just worry too much sometimes. Circuses have been around for a really long time. What are the chances we happen to be looking at the end of it? I am not great at math, but it's pretty low, right? Do I have plans now? Come with me? You haven't seen the Calliope performance yet? I have a feeling you'll love it. Go with him? Go? Where are we going? Also, can I just say that, like, I'm doing a bad impression, but, like, it's so cool. Shall we go to the big top? We haven't been yet. Whoa! Crowds are bustling in the big top, people cheering and children laughing. The spotlights are focused on one tiny figure on top of a high wire. It's a kid. She can't be older than 12. She's carrying a long pole, perhaps 2 or 3 times as long as she is tall. She glides her way across the high wire, the 2 ends of the pole fluttering with every step, like the wings of a bird in a swell. With oohs and ahs from the crowd, she stands up straighter, rising on her tiptoes. The clamor in the room subsides. Everyone is holding their breath. You can only hear the performance music as she slowly turns around on the wire. She twists her upper body and then pivots one foot around. At that moment, the pole slips from her hand and falls to the wayside, crashing the floor with a dull clang. The crowd shrieks. She freezes halfway through her turn. Should I do something? I look around the rest of the panicked crowd. Before anyone can make a move, a big smile creeps across her face. Oh my god, she's so young. She twirls on the high wires, stretches her hands toward the sky, lets out a booming laugh, and dances. Her face is pure joy. She struts across the thin line suspended in the air, as if she had been born to dance above us all. Hi, Jax! The spotlight chases after her figure on the wire, her shadow pirouetting on the ground below her. The crowd has shifted from stunned panic to echoing laughter. After we watch her precise movements, she takes her bow atop the wire and flies down the rope ladder. Okay. Oh my gosh, she's so short. Her name is Yan. I lower my gaze. Ha! I saw you watching. Oh my gosh, she's so short. From all the way there. You see far when you're high up. Did you mean to throw the pole just now? What do you think? I think you did. Nope. Oh. Really? I'm not going to tell you. You're the detective, right? You're going to find out who killed Hattie? Did Moses already send word to everyone? How'd you know it was me? Yeah, he told us someone was going to come and ask a bunch of questions, and you look like a detect. Her tongue stumbles over the word, and she quietly huffs to herself. You look like one of those people, but you don't have the silly hat and the thing they smoke. Well, now I regret leaving my silly hats at home. Probably shouldn't have felt proud making a 12-year-old laugh, but I do. That's funny. You can borrow one from our clown, Chip. He has lots of silly hats. I'll take that under advisement. Are you going to ask me who killed Hattie? I'm here to ask questions, yes, but that wasn't the one I had in mind. Why not? It's because you think I'm not old enough to kill her? Whoa, where did that come from? And for the record, it's because I know that's not the question that will get me a useful answer. Not because... Wait, do you want me to believe you did it? No. So are you gonna ask me questions or not? Okay. Oh, this is different. Ask about Hattie. Were you close with Hattie? She gives me a mischievous grin. She put spiders in Hattie's bed. How'd you do that? What do you mean, how? I caught a spider this big. The length of her palm. And snuck into her room while she was away, then I put it under her blanket. And how did you manage to sneak into Hattie's room? She forgot to lock the door? Yeah, nice try. Well, I didn't ask the keys to Hattie's trailer, so I just asked to borrow them for a second. Oh, Aideen. I find it hard to believe that Aideen would give you the keys without asking what you were doing. I picked her lock. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you do it again? I need to inspect her room for detective reasons. I thought you were gonna... Hey, I'm a detective, not a cop. You just need to get into her room. You could have asked Moses or ID, you know? They have the keys. Where's the fun in that? So can you help me out or not? What do I get out of it? Some fun. I want lemon pie. Okay. Where am I supposed to get lemon pie for you in the middle of a circus? Her smile turns brutal. I can tell I played right into her hands. Tito has it. He's got the last slice from the kitchen this morning. Who's Tito? Oh, he's a fortune teller. And you missed out? How do you know you didn't eat already? I was sleeping. And I know he hasn't. He doesn't even like it. He just did it to piss me off. Get the lemon pie for me and I'll open Hattie's door for you. Okay. Let's ask about her. My name is Yen. It's Chinese. It means swallow, like the bird, not like eating. Oh, like... Is it yen? Yen? I don't know. How old are you? 13? Okay, shouldn't you be in school? I've been here since I was 10. I've never been to a school before. I heard there's lots of reading and rules and kids. I hate all of those things. But you are a kid. You just told me I'm old enough to kill someone. I said anyone is old enough. If I'm old enough for that, I'm old enough to not go to school. Ugh. Okay, what else can I ask her? Knife throwing act? Should we try this? Circus secrets? I heard a rumor that circus folks don't like to talk to outsiders. Do you think it's true? I like talking to you. You're funny. Aw. Sometimes I don't like talking to people though, because it feels like they don't want to talk to us. What do you mean? They bought tickets just to come here and see you guys. But seeing us in the show is different from talking to us. They come to see Rolf's animals too, but they don't talk to the animals. Huh. Okay. The knife throwing act, I suppose. I don't want to show her the... Oh, maybe time of death. I have two more, actually. I could ask both. Where were you the night the murder happened? Is that when Hattie died? I was with Ideen in our trailer. It was raining, there was nothing else to do. What were you doing? We were listening to the radio we borrowed from Chip. The New England DK was playing. When did you hear about Hattie? We heard knocking a little after 7 p.m. Ideen opened the door and saw Echo. Echo never comes to our trailer. Echo wanted to talk to Ideen alone, so she asked me to stay inside. When she came back, she was crying and she told me Hattie's dead. Yeah, I figured like information that they tell me themselves is not worth investigating again. Because they don't tell me anything new. So, knife throwing act? Are you familiar with Hattie's knife throwing act? She did it with my sister. Her sister is Ideen. They're partners. There's this big board and they tie Ideen to it, and then Hattie threw the knives at her and she acts scared. But she wasn't scared. No, she said it was perfectly safe. Wow, she must trust Hattie a great deal. And what about you? Aren't you scared for her? No, I don't get scared. She says it like it's a dirty word. I bet sometimes you close your eyes when you watch the performance. I don't. It's just nice. I've thrown them even. You've done what? I've tried throwing them. It's harder than it looks. I couldn't get the spin right. One time, the back of the knife hit the board and it almost flew back like whoosh, and I had to duck out of the way so fast. Huh. Was anyone supervising you? I just went to the tent. No one was looking. Don't tell my sister though. She get mad. I feel like I should at least tell someone to put a lock on those things. It bounces back so hard that it can hit the wall behind her. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Shouldn't you be... Nope. They just want me to help with boring stuff. Let's go see the Calliope. Oh, is this where we meet Jackie? Here. There we go. You reach the Calliope just as it starts playing. The sound of the steam organs cuts through the air. I turn to look at the Calliope and spot something intriguing. A woman stands in the corner. She's wearing a top hat, black dress with purple ruffles, gloves, and boots. As if sensing someone's looking at her, she turns around. So maybe it is happening at the same time? Maybe I'm thinking too much. Oh, or maybe not. She's like a spy in the comic book, so cool. Okay. No, I think she is like a couple of days like earlier. No? Unless I mixed up my timeline. Like what day does she arrive? Hmm. I think it is a different day. Hmm. There's two of them this time. Yeah, might as well go. I make my way to the backstage tent. A beautiful woman sitting right in the middle of the room in front of one of the lit up mirrors. She's wearing a glittery costume, the upper part a corset shaped like flames hugging her body. I can see part of a large tattoo across her collarbone of shapes and lines that twist around like knots. Maybe something Celtic? With her long auburn hair pinned to the side, she's intensely focused as she pencils in her eyebrows, thin and arched like the ladies in film noir classics. Do you think she's ID'd? There we go. Okay. Nothing bad, I promise. Alice was filling me in on what the boss is planning. Hey, could you pass me a piece of tissue paper? I believe there's a box in one of the bags behind the sofa. Okay, of course. I mean, of course I don't mind. I just didn't realize you were talking to me. Hmm. So she's really pretty is what I'm understanding. Okay. Beauty mark too. Oh my god. She carefully wipes the mascara onto the tissue before using it on her eyelashes. She notices my confusion. It's a little trick to make sure the mascara is not too thick. Read it in a magazine somewhere and it works like a charm. You should try it sometime. And I have one for lips too. Here, instead of using lipstick, I like to use a lip rouge with small brushes. Aren't the edges much cleaner this way? Oh, sorry, look at me lecturing you. Forgive me. Did you need Alice's help for something? I was looking for you. Not you in particular. I'm just trying to get to know everyone in the circus. Happy to chat and get to know you. I should get to know her as the other person actually, but as Jones, cause what's his name, Moses told me to check out Aideen, but I think I will talk to her anyway. As me, I mean as Jackie. Is that a bit of a New York accent? Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. I know it well. We're in Brooklyn. Here and there. I lived in lots of places actually. And your parents moved a lot? Not exactly. I grew up in foster care. What was that like? Lots of foster parents? Yeah, there were the Jenkins, there was Uncle Kamal, and Daniel and Steven. Those were the ones I spent more time with. The Jenkins? Older couple in their 70s. When they were younger, they were too worried about working and saving up money to have children of their own. By the time they were ready, they were in their 60s. They fostered 8 children in total. I was the youngest. Oh, that must have been her, with the beauty mark. They were kind enough, but a little too old for all the work that came with dealing with a bunch of troublemakers. That's why they eventually sent me back. Okay. What about Hattie? Also, can I say I love that the light from the cigarette is like reflecting on her skin. That's such a cool little detail. Like, the character models in this game are really well done. How well did you know Hattie? She repeats the questions breathlessly. She looks incredulous or perhaps indignant. You knew her, right? I knew Hattie, of course. We performed an act together and were best friends. Okay, so that's all she says about it. The thing? Do you know if Rolf has feelings for someone in the circus? What do you mean? Was there something between Rolf and Hattie? What makes you think that? He kind of implied it. Huh, Rolf implying things about liking Hattie? Not one single part of that sentence is believable to me. I think you might have misunderstood what he was trying to say. He told me there was this thing between him and Hattie and how it was maybe his fault because he's not good at hiding his feelings. How else was I supposed to interpret that? Maybe he liked her and not Hattie. Well, that is interesting. Maybe I underestimated him. Maybe you know more than I do. She looks perfectly humble, but something makes me think she might know more than she's letting on. Interesting. Oh! Oh, okay. Irreplaceable? Do you think Hattie was irreplaceable? What do you mean? Well, it's been suggested to me that no one could possibly take her place in the circus. She was exceptionally talented, of course, and everyone's irreplaceable in one way or another. But I'm not sure what's the point. She's gone. Irreplaceable or not, we'll have to find a way to move forward without her. So we tried this. We've not tried it yet. The letter from Hattie. This will reveal everything to the potential killer. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Situation in the circus? I heard there are a lot of rumors going around about Hattie. Have you noticed? Pretty difficult not to. With all this stuff going around, we still have to do shows every day and pretend like nothing's wrong. It's been hard. It's hard to know what to say when people approach me after shows and ask what happened to Hattie. It's hard to keep up a happy front. It's hard to fill all the missing performance time slots, including the big show. It's hard to not know what really happened ourselves. It's hard to try to stave off the feelings of doubt and suspicion towards people who I consider my friends, my family. It's hard to miss her privately while the whole world is still asking questions very publicly. Hopefully this will die down soon and you'll be able to put it behind you. How can we if we don't even know the truth? People might move on to another hot topic, but in the absence of truth, there will always be rumors. I know saying this will never be enough, but don't lose hope yet. There's still some time left. Perhaps the truth will arrive. Better late than never. Okay, I do want to ask... I want to verify this best friends thing with her. I heard Aideen and Hattie were best friends. Would you agree? Yeah, they were really close. But... Oh. What about the thing? Do you know if there was anything between Rolf and Hattie? Never saw them talk much. Oh. Okay, hold on. I want to try this. What is this mind reading thing? Oh, so you perform with fire. You want to know what I do? Of course, what's your trick? I read minds. Her eyes light up, though I'm unsure if it's in excitement, amusement, or disbelief. Really? How does it work? Do you just hear everything I'm thinking? Oh, I hope I haven't thought anything rude or anything untoward. You believe it? Maybe I should demand to see it in action. Why don't you ask me if I really believe in mind reading? Hello? Hello? Am I back? I think I'm back. Yellow. Oh no, yeah, we back. Let's go. Okay, okay. Man. Okay. Can you also hear the game? Yeah. Okay. I don't know, my internet just DC'd all of a sudden. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end soon as well. But I want to finish this section first. Truthfully, I wasn't really sure before you answered the question, but that's actually a great way to describe how I feel. Sometimes you flip a coin just to wait for the moment before it lands to know what outcome you don't want. Internet's been kind of terrible today. Internet's been like DCing and reconnecting and everything, like in general for me. I don't know. Speaking of which, I have been thinking if I had the power of mind reading, I'd never tell anyone. Because if you did, no one would want to be close to you. I was going to say it would be harder to hear secrets if people are guarded, but that too. I suppose sometimes they are one and the same. That's the power of secrets. Well, are you thinking of any secrets that you ought to guard now? You tell me. I think she's okay. They were best friends. Although it's kind of hard to say, right? Like, they were best friends, but what if, you know? How would you know? Okay. I do think that I kind of want to call it there. Because I am a little bit tired and like I woke up at 8 a.m. today. And also I don't think we're gonna be able to reach any like hold on, let me play like some music in the background real quick. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to reach a point where like we discover more of the stories like just from tonight. But like what I've seen about the game so far, I really love, and I can't wait to like finish it off stream. It always is kind of a bit difficult to stream like visual novel type games because it's really tiring. On top of like having woken up at 8 a.m. today. Using that superior voice projection must be tiring. Oh my god. Today my aunt, like I was telling my grandfather something, but I had to like say it louder because his hearing is going. And then my aunt heard it and then she was like, your vocal projection is great. It's like the perfect pitch and your voice is like super clear and it like pierces through the noise. And I was like, oh my god. And then Neon was like, it must be a streaming training. Wow. Wow. But yeah, I'm tired. I don't think I'm gonna sleep like immediately, but I'm definitely like too tired to be coherent while streaming. But regardless, I can't wait to play the rest of this game off stream. look forward to my review of it on themagicbrain.com. And of course, please make sure that you go and follow the other Cham drinkers who are going to be featuring this game. I think what I enjoy the most about it so far is that it's a very like non-linear experience. So everything, like, you could watch multiple people play the game, and besides the front section where they introduce both characters, every single choice after that you make could be like completely different. Like, I don't know who were the first few people that the other Cham drinkers like visited first, but I can imagine it would be like different. It's really cool. This is the kind of like game that totally scratches my brain because I just love like nitpicking the logic behind how games like these are made and how like you piece together all the little pieces to figure out the story at the end of the day, right? Like, it low-key kind of reminds me of playing Stray Gods, although in a slightly like different way. But I played Stray Gods, like, I played it once on stream, once all the way through. And I played it another like 4 times off stream. 4 times? No, 3 times off stream. Because I just really wanted to see what all the song options were like and what would happen when you pick different like options, and it's super cool. Like, I don't know, game development is cool, guys. But yeah, as always, I'm very grateful that with the Cham drinkers we get to spotlight some of these indie creations. Also, like, specifically working with Neon Doctrine is always a delight because they are a I want to get this right. Are they Taiwanese based? I can't remember. I believe they are Taiwanese based, but they've published a bunch of games from the Southeast Asian like sphere as well as internationally. This particular game is an international title, but they also publish the My Lovely Wife, My Lovely Daughter, and then upcoming My Lovely Empress, which is an Indonesian-based game franchise, I believe. And then they also did Legend of Tianding. Super cool. Yeah, I'm just like always happy to be working with Neon Doctrine, and I'm glad that they collaborated with us on this project. Yes. And if you want to check out the game for yourself, the Steam link is right there. Thank you, Neon. Let's go see Justin. Bye.